Welcome to Michigan Reimagined, presented by T.A. Forsberg and Wagoner Financial. And here's your host, Chris Buck.
So there's a lot of people and organizations in our community that could really use a little bit of help. Luckily, there are charities, but also some do-gooders who offer to assist. Here to discuss a unique approach to helping others is the CEO for Revel in Muskegon, Mr. Jason Piasecki. Welcome to the show, Jason.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
How did I do with that name?
Pretty close. Piasecki. We'll take it.
Fantastic. So the Revel brand, talk a little bit about what Revel is, what it does, and how did you get started?
Yeah, we've been around in one form or another for 25 years. Revel's a business-to-business marketing agency. We're headquartered in Muskegon. We help B2B companies craft their marketing strategy, build their brand, and execute marketing campaigns. Typically, companies hire us for three reasons. Either they want to increase brand awareness, they're looking to attract more customers, or find the right type of employee. So we help them with all that.
Got it. Okay. And is there a sweet spot? Is there a type of organization that you tend to thrive with?
Yeah, certainly business to business. And in that realm, a lot of manufacturers. That's Michigan steeped in manufacturing. That's what made this state great. So we work with manufacturers of all types, particularly medical device companies. We also work with companies that have professional services, CPAs, accountants, those type of groups, as well as industrial distributors. Work with some independent healthcare, and then also, not everything we do is B2B. We work with nonprofits, area agencies on aging, and people that are out there serving their local community, even some municipalities. Every once in a while, when they're looking to tell their story, we can help them craft the right type of message to attract residents and businesses to their communities. So
what kind of team have you assembled?
We have 13 super talented marketing professionals right in the heart of downtown Muskegon. That's our hometown. We love doing business there. And, I spent about a decade in the Detroit area. When I had the opportunity to come home when my daughters, who are in college now, were 1 year old, we realized, being where grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles were, right on the lake was the place we wanted to be. And, we haven't looked back since.
Well, Muskegon's kind of on a tear lately. I mean, really good things happening there, a lot of nice development, and it's already a lakeshore community, so I guess it didn't have all that far to go. But if I'm not mistaken, in reading the headlines, Muskegon is really driving really cool spaces.
Yeah, well, if I could use one word to describe Muskegon, I'd say it's momentum. And we've been downtown for 15 plus years, and just to see everything happen with the redevelopment and the vibrancy. We just got done with our cruise ship season, so Great Lakes cruise ships coming into downtown and checking out some of our world-class art museums, some of the theater that we have, as well as the restaurants and breweries, and the farmers market, which is second to none.
Love it.
We're getting ready to go into the hibernation mode of the gray season, but we've had a great summer.
Right on. Okay, so let's move to kind of the topic of today's conversation. So Giving Tuesday has become kind of a national phenomenon, right? It's kind of almost like one of those newer holidays. Talk a little bit about what Giving Tuesday is, just for our audience who's not maybe terribly aware.
Yeah, well, it started years ago with taking all the commerce that was going on with Black Friday and companies looking to save their year, retailers get into the black, and that kind of morphed into Cyber Monday. And where Good Tuesday, or Giving Tuesday comes in, is it's a philanthropic endeavor to take those energies that are being invested in spending money on ourselves and giving gifts and giving back to the greater community. So, Giving Tuesday's been going on for a long time, and we're just kind of building off that.
Got it. And so let's talk about that. So you made a decision and an announcement that Revel's going to participate in Giving Tuesday, and you already kind of slipped on the Good Tuesday thing. Talk about what it is you decided to do and how that conversation started.
Yeah, well, that's good branding. I preempted myself. So so what we're doing on Giving Tuesday is we're going to donate a day's worth of our services and do a marketing campaign from conception through completion for a deserving Michigan company. We're calling it Good Tuesday, and it's our way of giving back to the community and helping a Michigan company that might not be able to otherwise afford a robust marketing effort, get their word out about all the good things that they're doing.
Fantastic. So how did they qualify to be able to be part of the selection process?
Well, that's a great thing. It's open to any Michigan-based nonprofit or for-profit companies. So we wanted to open it up to people that were not only doing good in the 501c3 space, but also, business to businesses that are providing jobs in the community. So anyone was eligible. We put the information out through our social media and through the press and our various channels. And we were able to direct applicants to our website to apply, and then we review those applications.
Right on. So what kinds of things did they have to fill out on your website to be considered for this?
Yeah, well, we were really looking for someone that had an impactful story.
Yep.
And we were overwhelmed by the response. We had 31 applications, 28 different organizations all throughout the state, and people that were doing everything from a startup all the way through really well established nonprofits, and it really ran the gamut from for-profit, nonprofit businesses. So we had a tough job ahead of us to narrow it down to the finalists and eventually the organization that we selected.
So is this the first year that you've done this?
Yep, this is our inaugural Good Tuesday 24-hour marketing marathon. So we had some learning curve in there. Fortunately, I have some friends in the agency business that have done similar things around the country, and we wanted to bring it to Michigan to give back to our community.
Got it. And as a CEO, you can do whatever the heck you want, right?
Within reason, it's. I think the team would sometimes debate that, but yes.
I was going to ask, how did the team feel about this? They get right behind it?
Excited, also knowing it's a heavy lift. Mm-hmm. So I think there's, some of that, these are things that typically take months to do.
Right.
To come up with a campaign, everything from, it could be a name through a logo, a website,
right,
and then a creative campaign to get people's attention. So those things take a long time. And so to be able to compress this into a day, and that's what we're doing. We're starting on Giving Tuesday on November 28th at 9 a.m. and we're going to do the big reveal the following day on Wednesday the 29th. So I wasn't as much worried about the doing the work because we have an amazing team. I'm most concerned about having to stay up for 24 hours because I have not done that in
since
a long time. Yes.
Well, I was going to ask about that. So, again, I'm not in that industry, but it just seems like a tall order. Now, granted, you've already vetted the applications and you've chosen the winner, and we'll talk about that in a second. So you have a little bit of a running start, but it seems like your discovery of a project, a normal client, right, comes in and there's a lot of time spent getting to know their value proposition, their market, all that kind of stuff. And so you have this long runway until you'd start doing the work and providing the deliverable. And you've compressed that, like you said, into a day. Does that add an amazingly, almost an insurmountable challenge to your staff?
It certainly adds to the pressure. And, I grew up playing sports. I was a baseball player.
Got
and
it.
I always wanted to be the one coming up with, in our case, it was mostly 7-inning games. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th with the game on the line. And, I think that's our team shares those values and that wanting to rise to the challenge. And, one of the things we're excited to give back to a deserving organization, but also, I feel like we're going to learn some new tricks along the way that are going to help us with our day-to-day work clients. But it's certainly going to be compressed.
Right. So are you in a position now where you can share either who the winner is by brand or even the industry that they're in and the type of work that they kind of have asked you to do for them?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to share and excited, and it's very fresh. So the way the process worked is we narrowed all the applications, and we asked the applicants to submit 200 words or so on what their organization did and how they would use the give back. So we were able to vet those, and we narrowed them down based on our criteria. And then that resulted in 4 finalists.
Okay.
And those 4 finalists, we prepared a presentation for our team And we presented it to the group yesterday, as a matter of fact. So this is like
really
this is
hot
very
off the
fresh.
presses,
It's
yes.
perfect timing. That's the way this worked out. And so we took those 4 finalists and we gave everyone the day to research them and to go and kind of build off the applications. And we sent some follow-up questions to the potential candidates. And then at the end of the day, we came back and we did a live vote. And it was everyone got their phones out and we ranked the 4. And
this is everyone on your team,
Yep,
all of your employees?
Yep, it was everyone.
Okay. Not an executive committee?
No.
Okay.
No. So
true democracy.
True, yes. And we wanted to make sure that, that everyone had buy-in to what we were doing. Yep. And so we took the finalists and a clear organization bubbled to the top. So I'm happy to share that now.
Bring it. Let's go.
All right. So the recipient of our Good Tuesday 24-hour marketing marathon is Girls Build Kalamazoo. This is a fantastic nonprofit in the Kalamazoo area that was started by a local realtor, Twala Lockett-Jones. And she saw a need in the industry, having a family that grew up in construction, that there weren't a lot of women doing the trades and being involved in STEM. And so what Girls Build does is it gives girls in the Kalamazoo area the opportunity to have some hands-on experience, either with a craft or with construction, and kind of take some of those STEM attributes and apply them. And they have a powerful story. Twala's also, she's written a children's book that talks about home ownership, and so their application really resonated with our team. So we were excited to share the news with her yesterday, and she was very, very gracious with the award. And we're going to figure out what we're going to do together.
I was going to ask you about that. So I would imagine that all of these applications that you had a different ask to them, right? Build us a website, or we have this one big event we want your help to broadcast and advertise. Right? I'm speaking your language, but what kinds of asks did they ask generally, and what do you think this organization is going to ask of you?
Yeah, it really ran the gamut. There were organizations that we could tell that their web presence was maybe lacking or not there. And websites, I've been building websites for over 25 years, and a website's never done.
Yep.
So even someone with the best website needs fresh content. They need compelling information to encourage people to come back and to tell their story. So looking at that, it went from things where people didn't have a logo, or maybe they did, or maybe they had social media, or they didn't have some channels, or were looking to reach out and build a case for support, either donations or for business. So with Girls Build Kalamazoo, they have a nice website. They have a logo, but our scope of work, it could entail, we're gonna look at that, and we need to get to know them. So we don't want to presume going in that they need or want a new logo, but that could be part of it. We'll certainly add to their website. We want it to be someplace that people can go and get the full breadth of what they do, and they have a really compelling story. They've only been around since 2020.
Okay.
So that started during the pandemic, and so they've got a lot that they are ready to share with the world. Looking at maybe a marketing communications plan. This is something that a lot of businesses don't have a written plan for, outlining what their goals are, what are the strategies that are going to accomplish the goals, and what tactics are going to be used. And then how do we measure if it works?
Right. Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing about marketing nowadays. Back when I got started, I'm in industrial marketing, and we ran these ads. They were black and white mostly, in Thomas Register. And these were books, kind of, if you imagine when you used to I used to go to my neighbors and get the encyclopedias, because they had a set of encyclopedias.
Yep.
So any millennials, or Gen Z, they have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Right.
They used to have to go to books to get
yes.
things. And so that's where I cut my teeth in marketing. And now with digital advertising, it's so targeted, and all the analytics that are out there, just like in baseball and sports, there's information on everything. So with a marketing communications plan, you can put in what are those measurements, how do we know if our marketing's working, and rather than just jumping right into tactics, which a lot of organizations do, this gives a clear plan to know you should be using social media, and here's how you use it, and here's how you measure that it worked. And so, that could be a component of it. Looking at, they don't have a tagline. So we could help them with that, come up with their just do it or have it your way
Right.
tagline that goes, there certainly could be some search engine optimization, content marketing, blogging, videos. Maybe there's a campaign that's created for fundraising. So all those things are on the table, and we'll do a little pre-work, but it's going to be flying by the seat of our pants on Giving Tuesday.
Well, when you talk about planning, I want to take a pause here and thank one of our sponsors. When it comes to managing your finances and planning for your future, I suggest that you contact my friends at Waggoner Financial. Whether you're just getting started, getting ready to retire, or anywhere in between, Waggoner Financial can help you make smart financial decisions. Don't navigate complex problems on your own. Waggoner has the expertise to help you feel confident that you're making the right financial choices. Contact an advisor by calling 517-853-3367 or visit their website at wagoner-financial.com. You will not regret it. So you talk about all of those different aspects of what this organization may need your help with. So, it almost sounds like it's not going to be one 24-hour period. I mean, you're already thinking about it and you're already talking about all the different things. So there's a lot of prep work that goes into the day. And that day is going to be when?
It's going to be on Tuesday, November 28th, with the reveal on Wednesday, November 29th. So we want to make that into an event where, of course, a recipient will be there. Girls Build Kalamazoo will be there to see the reveal. They'll be there throughout the day to see progress, to sign off, give creative approval on things. And,
right.
We're looking to make it into a community event. So we're seeking sponsors. We've already got some folks lined up to, we got 2 coffee sponsors because you can't have enough coffee
Correct.
if you're going to stay up 24 hours. We looked at someone also, our videographer is, I'm Polish. He takes his Polish heritage to another level. And so he and his wife are coming in and they're going to give us polka lessons. We got to do things to keep us going throughout the day.
Sure.
This isn't just going to be nose to the grindstone, head down for 24 hours of coding and writing.
Yeah,
so we got to have some activities to break stuff up. Even a physical therapist that's next door to us is going to come over and give us some ergonomic stretches. Maybe there'll be some yoga, some other types of things. So we want to make the day fun, a way to build camaraderie, but also, focus on the work. And, we're very fortunate. We're in an industry, it's a fun industry. So marketing is something that I get excited to get up and go do. Every day there's always a new challenge. There's new technologies coming out. A year ago, if you had asked me if we would be using AI to help write blogs or design creative material, I would have said no way, but it's here, we're using it. These are tools that help us do our jobs better. So there's always a new challenge. And what I enjoy most is the clients that we get to work with, because we work with entrepreneurs that take their passion and they put it into their business, and they're creating jobs that are making their communities better, and also nonprofits that make a big difference in the way that we live our lives in the areas that we do.
So it's all a very compelling story. And you talked about trying to get people to partner, and you've got a big event coming and you're looking for sponsors. How can people learn more about the opportunities, and how can they get involved?
Yeah. Well, the best way is to go to our website, to revelmarketing.com, and you can find out information there on our blog. There's also a page, revelmarketing.com/Good Tuesday, that talks more about the event. If you're interested in sponsoring, we're looking for local restaurants. So Muskegon area, we know a lot of the players being downtown, so we'll be knocking on some doors there. But especially media sponsors. So we want this campaign to live on beyond our donation, because we're donating our creative services to this. But we're looking for media partners. Someone that wants to maybe run a billboard or give some time on local radio or television to run a commercial, that are looking for opportunities to help spread the word. So if you're a media outlet, if you're in the Southwest Michigan area, we'd love to hear from you, because I think the more hands that we have in this, the greater the reach and the impact is going to be.
Well, that's fantastic. So the event is going to happen in Muskegon?
Yep, going to happen in Muskegon.
Got it. Not Kalamazoo.
No, not Kalamazoo. Well, we'll bring them there. We'll go to Kalamazoo.
Right.
We'll do some pre-work there. And then the reveal will be at our office in downtown Muskegon on Wednesday, the 29th.
Fantastic. And remind me again of the website for Revel.
Yep, revelmarketing.com. And we're also active on social media. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm not quite there, Elon, with calling it X yet, but I think I better get on board. I'm not sure he's changing his mind.
Right.
Instagram, or you can hit me up on LinkedIn too.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for the service to the community, and thanks for all you do for your clients around the state. And it's a fantastic story that I'm very happy to share. We've been talking to the CEO for Revel out of Muskegon, Michigan, Mr. Jason Piasecki. Thanks very much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Chris.